Greetings, everybody. Hope you're okay. Hope you're fine. Welcome to day 2 of our spring festival. And guess what? Today is a happy new year because today is the spring annual equinox. When today we should have optimum or balanced day and night. So thank you for tuning in, and we are glad that you are here to join us. It is Wednesday, the 20th of March, and it's the happy new year. Well, it's the time when the year began long time ago. Well, it's still carrying on, actually. Some of us, it's our great new year. Why? It's the annual equinox. It's the rebirth, the beginning, and now we begin a new year again. Hip, hip. Roar. So happy new year to all of you who are out there, and definitely thank you for joining us today. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful night, and we are going to have a fantastic night. So welcome spring, welcome the new year. It's a good day to say thank you to our gods, to the gods who have kept us alive and kept us going through the last 13 months. For the last 13 months. So definitely, I hope you're okay. So grab your seats, get ready, and get prepared. So see behind me, it says welcome spring. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll be host for the length of the next hour or so. So my friend, you are at the right place. Let's go. And we are back live. I'm going to put my screen just a bit lower there. Can you see me? Perfect. Nope, I got a bit behind. Is that better? Definitely, yeah. So welcome to our second day, which is our new year. So happy new year to all those who celebrate spring new year. Definitely around the world. We are grateful to see you guys. Hope you're doing fine. And hope you had a lovely last year, a lovely 13 months last time. So today is the beginning of a year, which began actually in the evening when the sun set. Like, Josh, are you out of your mind? I think I am. I'm thinking outside the box. I am outside the mind, yes. But definitely, you got to stand for what you believe in, whether those believe you or not. So I believe it is, I'll say it's a fact, because long time ago it began, before it evolved from this calendar to the lunar calendar, then the Julian calendar, Romans came, then the Egyptians came, Romans came. So these are the preceding civilizations which made their own calendar, and it's good. But for some, there's sort of errors, inconsistencies, which is great. I'm not saying anyone should, but for us, we have our own, which is perfect, and it runs smoothly. It's a great day, and you're going to have a blast of a time today. So today, I am going to show some articles and some videos which talk about the calendars and where they began, how they started. And then for those who are in between, you can decide for yourself and say, right, it makes sense, then go for it. It doesn't make sense, that's fine. For those who see, oh, this makes better sense, then definitely go for it. So there are a few videos which have been on YouTube talking about the calendars and much more. So I'm going to show a few of those. There are also a few videos here that I'm going to show you right now. So definitely stick with me for the next hour, and hope your mind will be renewed, not blown away, but I hope your mind will be renewed. So what I'm going to start with is that the UN are actually wanting to use a 13-month calendar. So happy new year, all of you. Oh yeah, before I give my screen, let me put this here. I totally forgot. Happy New Year. So definitely I'll put it behind there. So celebrating New Year of Spring. Ideas of rebirth, rejuvenation, renewal, resurrection, and regrowth. So we are celebrating the new year of spring in the month. So a journey through legacy and future. Definitely is a good thing for those who are interested. Definitely, I hope you are with us. But welcome, and hope you are beginning a new year on a positive tone. So as I was telling you, I am going to start with presenting this. I'll show the videos afterwards. I'll show you this article of the UN. So the UN, this was actually published on Saturday, the 1st of April, 2023. So the UN embraces a new era with a 13-month calendar. The future of time management begins with Carl.com. Just the fact, the first letters, the first words, the UN embraces a new era with a 13-month calendar. Now, for some it's new, but for those who understand, it's the old calendar. Yes, for some it might be new knowledge, but for the rest of us, we know it is the old calendar that was used way before. So we claim an era, but for those who know it's the old. It's gone back to the old way of producing. So this was presented by Pierre Richardson, co-founder of Carl.com. So I'm glad this is from the UN, not from a spiritual or from my opinion, because if somebody who is a YouTuber or independent coach, like, oh, it's a conspiracy theorist. But if it's a great organization, then it's truth. It's amazing. If it was me, people would bombard and say, oh, Josh, that's your ideology. It's absurd. But I'm happy that it's coming from the UN itself. So that should give you a lot of credibility, because they all wouldn't want to question it, because everything the UN says, people follow. So I'm happy it's by a public authority. Therefore, I cannot have to explain. If it was me, oh, this guy is going nuts. But the UN has said it. The UN to introduce 13-month calendar. So the way we perceive and organize time is about to change forever, thanks to a revolutionary proposal by the scheduling company called. The United Nations has decided to adopt a new calendar system featuring 13 months, each consisting of 28 days and an extra day added as a holiday at the end of the year. So this monumental shift will transform how we manage time, synchronize our schedules, and ultimately streamline our lives. Yes, the 13-month calendar is back. It's a new era, but also know it's a cycle. Everything is repetitive, nothing new under the sun, as King Solomon said. So it is back in business where it belonged. The beginning is the end, the alpha, the omega. At the end, when everything goes down, you go back to the beginning. When the week ends, it starts the week again. When the calendars go, it comes back to the beginning, where it was on in the beginning. So let us watch this video.
Hey everyone, Sydney here with cal.com. I just want to pop on here really quick and talk to you guys about an amazing new opportunity that we have had. So the UN is officially partnering with us to roll out the International Fixed Calendar. So this is a 13-month calendar with 28 days in every single month. The original idea was brought out in the early 1900s or so. But after lots of talks with leadership, we decided that this was a really great way to push for consistency across the board on a global scale. Our engineering team has been working really hard, and we can't wait to show you what this will look like, and also continue to provide accessible scheduling to everyone across the globe. Stay tuned for updates.
Yep, so there you are. UN embraces a new era with a 13-month calendar. The future is it. You okay? Want to join me? My assistant wanted to come and help, but they want to come on camera, but they have chickened out. So Qualcomm, a leading scheduling company, has been advocating for this innovative calendar system to create a more efficient and harmonious way to organize our lives. So they've spent years researching and analyzing the limitations of the current 12-month Gregorian calendar, which has been in use since 1582. Their findings pointed to a need for a more balanced, easy to understand, and universally applicable calendar. It's balanced, easy to understand, and universally applicable calendar. So they spent years researching. I highly doubt, but because it's always been there, just have to go back to the old calendar. It's always been there. But the key is, let's play along. So the newly proposed 13-month calendar is designed to overcome the challenges and inefficiencies of the current system. The challenges and the inefficiencies of the current calendar. Why is it inefficient? I've used the calendar. I've tried always to be genuine and to not be biased to use the calendar I've tried. It's a Roman calendar. I'm not a Roman, but I tried my best to do what Romans did, and it is not working for me at all. Why? Because every year is a new day. The weekends are the same, but a new year begins on a different day all the time. It lacks consistency, My birthday last year was on this month. This year, look again, different day. Like, are you kidding? It's fun for new ideas, but for consistency and stability, for me, no. So it's 30 months, then 31 months, then February is 28 days. So like, goodness me, let's make it, constant, stabilize, and then Oct is 8, but it's the 10th month, then Nov is 9, but it's the 11th month, then those are inconsistencies which are kind of, to be honest, they put me off, but because the world is following it, that's us all, well, that's not good, is it? But anyway, so yeah, so those are some of my challenges I got with the calendar. Just the repeating off days every time of the year. But so the advantages of this new calendar, or the old calendar, or the real calendar, are numerous. So number one, uniformity. So each month will have exactly 28 days, eliminating the confusion caused by months which with varying numbers of days. This will simplify time management, budgeting, and planning for individuals, businesses, and organizations alike. Now, this is great because when you are dealing with time management and planning for your businesses, for your deliveries, it is so challenging and annoying sometimes when you have to decide which month is starting, which 31. It causes chaos, and those little errors are so detrimental in the running a business or just making appointments. Because now we're in March, so today's, I would say, January, February, March. It's going to be 31 days this month, right? And then last month was 28. I quite start to remember, okay, right, which was how many days again this month? It's 31 this month, right? Okay, I've got one more day left. You gotta think and think and think for no good reason. So when every month is 28 days, you don't have to worry. You know exactly how many days are in a month. For 28, you know it's the first. When it look, it's 30, 29, unless it's a leap year or the end of the year. But uniformity is great so that the whole world can be uniform. Yes, that's number one. Number two, synchronization. With each month, consisting of 4 7-day weeks. So each month is going to have 4 7-day weeks. Each week is going to be, well, over 7 days. It was only 4 7-day weeks. There are times when the month was 5 weeks, and like, oh, you're annoying. You got 5 Wednesdays in a month sometimes. You got 31 days. You got from the 1st to 29th, and then you got 5 days of one day, like 5 Mondays, and you have 4 Tuesdays. Why? But this month, every week, there'll be 4 of each in each week. So scheduling recurring events and appointments becomes much more straightforward, and it makes it easier to plan and coordinate local, national, and global activities. It's a lot easier when you know it's 28 days and whatever you're going 28 days. I know other cultures have the calendar, it's good, but for international universality, if I could put it in, is that my name, for synchronization of all cultures, it'll be great. So simplified leap years will be easily managed by adding, number 3, a single extra day at the end of the year instead of the current system where an extra day is added to February. Now we have to add 1 to make 29. Instead of have 1 at the end of the year, we know when the year ends, we add 1 day. Beautiful. For easier business operations. I think this is fantastic. Businesses will benefit from the consistency of the 13-month calendar. Excuse me, as it will facilitate regular financial reporting, payroll processing, and inventory management. So this will lead to increased efficiency and productivity. Absolutely fantastic. Because when I am reporting for the business at the end of the year, it's tricky because you gotta know which day, then the time. When the times they find you, because you got 2 days to report in a month because it's above 30, so that's a new month. So if your financial year ends in November, it's the 20th, then that you're gonna again renew at 20th, but again they charge you again November 31st because it's a new year. So sometimes you charge twice and you're fined because they're overlapping times in 1 month. I'm like, goodness me. And so I've been fined a few times because of that. I didn't know, like, excuse me, it's 1 month. Why are you charging me twice? Oh, at the end of the month, there's a 3 days left, so charging you for that 3 days left. Like, that's not my fault. I know. But, so for business operations, with a lot more. And number 5, holiday harmonization. So the extra day added as a holiday at the end of the year will provide a universal day of celebration and relaxation, promoting global unity and goodwill. I think that's a great idea when we all have a holiday at the end. When we all know all over the world we're celebrating this day. It'll be good because if you come here, you go there. I know some will say it's not fair because but it's a choice. But listen, if everyone if you go in Holland, we're celebrating. You go in Africa, celebrating. In America, celebrating. Then you know exactly what to expect. By the times you go somewhere like, oh no, we can't come out. We're celebrating this year. Like, oh, it's our Christmas. Oh, it's our end of the year. all this. Sometimes where it kind of has a bit of you gotta, okay, I have to get off work, you have to have a holidays, then you have to, think of somebody's culture because it's a different day. It's good, but universally it'll be great because we know we are on the same path. So it'll be good. I say it's a good thing to have. It's great, isn't it? So yes, there's a lot to do, challenges to take, but really here, the transition to the 13-month calendar will require a coordinated effort by governments, businesses, and individuals worldwide. Yes, it's going to be a lot more, but I think it's going to be fantastic. By Zahara Patel. And that was in 2023. So yeah, that is what I'm going to show you. So what are your thoughts on that? Are you willing? Do you think it's a great idea to have the same day uniform? I'm not saying you shouldn't let go of your cultures. Definitely have your own cultures, your customs. Yes, everyone has the customs, but universally would be good, wouldn't it? So we can have a day that we all know that. Yes, we have different cultures, which I'm going to show you some videos. Everyone has their own cultures, their own calendars. Great, but for universal formality, one which unites the whole world, I think that'll be great for a lot of purposes, especially business and appointments and traveling. It will be fantastic. But that's my opinion. But let me know what you are. So that was the old calendar which people used to use. Now I'm going to show you our website. How they try and say it's a myth, it never happened. Now those who try and destroy this by saying, oh, it will never, it's a myth. It's not true. So the best way to hide the truth is saying it's a myth. People think, oh, it's a myth, doesn't mean it's not true. We can read bad, doesn't make sense. So I'm going to show you this website again, where they say, they give you the same thing, but they say it's a myth. So here, it's a Druid craft calendar, the perpetual pagan ritual calendar. So this on the other side, this is by the pagans now, they're saying it's a myth. That's their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they have the trees, the birch, the rowan, the ash, alder, the willow, the hawthorn, the oak, the holly, the hazel, the vine, ivy, reed, the elder. That's 13. So they say this is the myth of the 28-day, 13-month calendar. But from Calendar Truth, the 13-month day alternative has been in use on this planet for more than 6,000 years in prehistoric India and China and throughout South America. It was the standard timekeeping system. The Essenes, the Egyptians, Polynesian, Maya, Inca, Lakota, and Cherokee used the 13-month 28-day calendar. The Celtic knowledge of the Druids is based on the tree calendar, also a 13-month, 28-day calendar. So today, many cultures are still using the traditional 13-month calendar system. So what someone's saying, I'm just giving you a quote from this person, so whether you believe it or not, but that's what they say by saying it's a myth. I say it's up to you. So I'll show that quickly. Yes. I do want to show you that for those who are doing that. So if you go to Google, we'll give you the international fixed calendar. It will go to Wikipedia. So the International Fixed Calendar, also known as the IFC, is a proposed calendar reform designed by Maurice Quatworth, first presented in 1902. We'll know it was an ancient one, but it's going back to the dividing the 13 months into 28 days. A type of perennial calendar. Every date is fixed to the same weekday every year. I'll let you read through if you understand. You can check it out yourself. So every day is going to begin on a Sunday, for example, and end on a Saturday. As before, Saturday was the last day of the week, the Sabbath, and then Sunday was the first day of the week, the day of the sun, the day of the Lord, the day of the sun. So it's going back to the old Sabbath. So guess what? The Sabbath is coming back. So Sunday was the first day of the week as usual, and Saturday will be always the last day of the week. of the month. Sorry, so every last day of the month was going to be Sabbath, a day for you to rest. Is that brilliant? Yes. So the Sunday here is the first, because 28 days. It's not going to end on a Monday or a Tuesday or anytime during the week. It will always end on a Saturday. And 1, 8, 15, 22 is Sunday. So every day will have its number. Monday is 2, Monday will be 2. Not Monday next one, it's going to be 3 or 4. Goodness me, that's what annoys me with this calendar. I'm being honest. Thursday is going to be 5, 12, 19, or 26. Saturday is the 7th, when the day 7, 14, multiple of 7. So we have mathematics in order. This is what we call true mathematics. Multiples are the same, just multiples. You don't have to different multiples. So Wednesday is a 4, 11, 18, 25. Every Wednesday is going to be a 4, 11, 18, 25, depending on the week. Third week, 18, first, fourth. Next month, it's going to be the same. Sunday is the first day. So we know you can relax. It gives you peace. You can breathe. You can schedule. You can arrange. You know exactly Sunday. Yes, which Sunday? The 2nd. That's the 8th. You know that the 8th will come again. So Sunday. Goodness me. Nowadays, if you're making appointments with a software, if you have a birthday, every day you gotta check out, okay, which day is my birthday on this year? You're like, oh, it's a Tuesday. You're like, Tuesday the 3rd. Next one, Wednesday the 3rd. But now we know it's not a Tuesday. It's not a Tuesday. The 8th is the 8th. It's a Tuesday. The 8th is your birthday. So every Tuesday, you know. So there's not much time for confusion. I'm happy with this. Going back to the old. So you're gonna match the dates on that. So I'm gonna say how you're gonna match your calendars, your birthdays. I'll leave a video. Someone gonna show you in a video. It's gonna show you how to match. But if you see that, this will march exactly. So January 1st, 28th, January 29th will February. If you're gonna match the dates on the Gregorian calendar, you can use this chart over here. So February 29th there, then you can march on there. That's how it begins. You can march onto that. Yes. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna add. It's all gonna add in here. Begin on June 18th. So you can match this onto your Gregorian calendar, but also asking how to match my birthday. I'm born in August, so I know my birthday somewhere in August after the date. I then have to say how many days and match it on there. Yes. So, but that's a proposal on how you're gonna match over it. So I have advantages and disadvantages, but up to you. It's up to you, but yeah, I'm going definitely for this one. You see, so there's much more you can start over there. So what are your thoughts on that? So now we're gonna have a quick break, and when you come back, I'm gonna play a videos of some people who are explaining the 30-month calendar, and then you can watch along. But first, let's have a quick break, and let us play our little theme for today while we are waiting. So what are your thoughts on that? Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Yes, no, perhaps, maybe, after the break.
To our new 13-month calendar. The first page.
that is it. Now I'm going to play a few videos of people who are explaining to you the month calendar and this new year and spring, and definitely let me know what your thoughts are on the video. Okay.
The Earth goes around the sun, and we can see different constellations at different times of the year depending on where we are in our travel around the sun. It talks about the seasons and how they work, how the Earth is tilted on a little bit of an angle as it travels around the sun, and that's why in the northern and southern hemisphere we experience different seasons. And then it talks about the precession of the equinox, when the vernal equinox happens, and we measure what constellation is directly behind the sun from the Earth, the sun, and the constellation behind the sun. So it's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. There's Aquarius. We're coming out of the age of Pisces. That's the precession of the equinox. Here's a picture from an app on the computer. There's many different apps you can get for your smartphone or your computer that show what the stars look like at any time of the year. This picture is shown on the first day of this calendar, or even day 0 is what I'm going to call it. On day 0, the sun here is in Sagittarius. The moon over here is between Leo and Virgo. There's a woman called Ruth Stout. She did some research figuring out things about how to grow plants based on the moon and where it is in relationship to these constellations, which we'll talk about later. This calendar starts on December 21st. That's the Gregorian calendar date. Well, on this calendar, that's day 0. And I started doing this calendar in 2012 when people were talking about it's the end of the world. I think what they were actually talking about was that it's the end of the age of Pisces. And they were also talking about it's the end of the great year. So apparently a great year is when we go through all of these ages, and each age takes over 2,000 years, 2,000 years, 2,000 years, till we get all the way around. I made a spreadsheet to explain it a little bit better. And a great year turns out to be 25,920 days. Divide that by 12. So each age is about 2,160 years. So this is a 13-month calendar. That means there's 13 months. And each month is 28 days exactly. 7 days by 4 days. I've put the moons on this calendar. The new moon, the first quarter moon, the second quarter moon or the full moon, and the third quarter moon, which isn't on this month. Now, not all of the moon phases are going to be shown in each month, because one full moon phase takes 29.25 days. There's only 28 days here. So, for example, watch the full moon as it travels like a cartoon does, or a flip book, from one side of the calendar to the other. Next time I turn the page, it's going to be here or here. That's 29.25 days later. Again, next time it's going to be there or there. And now it's at the end of the page. Next time I flip it, it's not going to show up on the next month. But it is going to show up 29 days later on the next month, right around here or here. And there you have the new moon. So I've got at the top of the calendar Thursday, Friday, Saturday, blah, 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 blah. And I've also used colors, 7 colors of the rainbow. You can download this and change the marketing that I've put here using LibreOffice, which is an open source program that you can get for free. Here at the top of the calendar, you can put any art that you want. I've got a repetition of this notes I've made, Cultivation by the Moon. These are notes from Ruth Stout. I learned at the Linnea Farm gardening program. So here it talks about 29 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes for the moon to do a complete phase from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter back to new moon. Here's a new moon. This calendar shows what kind of cultivation things we can be doing.
Yeah, so that was a video of a short video of a guy talking about the 10-month calendar and how we used it. What are your thoughts on that? I'm going to show you the next one, and hope you like it.
This is my 1775 Bible. Since acquiring it, I've noticed a few things that seem odd. They don't seem to be in the newer Bibles. For example, the section in the back that says Table of Time refers to 13 months. And in my 1775 Bible, it seems that the year starts in March, not in January. So subscribe and join as we continue to delve deeper. I wanted to show you quickly the 13 months again. I've had a lot of information come across since I made this original video, and I think it's important for you guys to get all of the context. My name is Mark Pyers. I am the host of Mark Inspires, and I am the owner of the 1775 Bible. I've been live for 5 years in a row every single day on YouTube, so please join me. You've been seeing my Bible all over TikTok, but you should know that I have it and I can show it to you any night. But I wanted to show you quickly the 13 months again. I've had a lot of information come across since I made this original video, and I think it's important for you guys to get all of the context. So as you see here, you have our 13 months, and it starts with Nisan, and the last thing is what we see as Viator. I thought it's funny, a couple of scholars wanted to criticize me for the way I said these words. I'm not a Bible scholar, never said I was. I just own the 1775 Bible, and I'm the one who's willing to share that information and what's in here with you. So looking at these 13 months, what I've learned since is that it's actually 12 months in the 13th, which it says 13 next to it, as you see there, Viator. What that says next to it is intercalary. Now, intercalary, if you look that up on Google, you'll see it means an additional day added every couple of years. It's almost like a leap year. Didn't know that at first when I gave you guys the information on the 13 months. Now, that being said, the fact that you have Viator and it's listed as 13 here, a lot of people said, well, you know, if you had 28 days, 12 months, the numbers don't work out. My whole philosophy on this is that if you did 13 months and you had 28 days, you would have 364 days, and that intercalary would be for that last day. So my thought process on this was, it's 13 months all at 28 days, and even though there's this intercalary, I didn't learn this until after. I looked this up and I saw what that definition was. So reality is we have 12 months. The 13 months, or what they call a 13th month, is really just an additional day that's thrown in every once in a while. And that's why we call it intercalary. So I wanted to clear that up. So what it looks like here is that Adar is the last month of the year, and that's February, March. So the beginning of our year should be March, maybe March 1st or March 15th, somewhere in that range based on this calendar, because the very first month of the year is March, April. So you end February, March, intercalary, and then March, April. So you're in the middle of March when you end out the year and when you start a new year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review again. Anytime you want to see this or you have any verses you'd like to hear, I'm happy to read it for you. Just make sure you reach out to me and subscribe to the Mark Inspires YouTube channel. I'm also live on TikTok and I drop content here all the time, but I have this with me, and I also have the 1793 Principles of Faith. If you want to hear more from that, which is a Calvinist Bible, it's the first Calvinist Bible ever produced. So I have both of these Bibles here. I'm happy to read more for you. Really hope to see you on YouTube. I'm live at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard every day of the year. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.
Aha, so what did you think of that? It's in the 1775 Bible. Yet somebody was saying it's a new era, but it was in the 1775 Bible. Don't believe me? Let's carry on. I'm going to play other videos now, then you can be the judge. This is why the calendar makes zero sense. I love this guy. Very funny, comedic, yet serious, brilliant guy.
These are the months as we know them today. Take a look at the word October. Oct. Think of all the other words you know beginning with oct. Octopus, octagon, octogenarian. Think of all the words you know beginning with dec. Decade, decimal, decathlon. You don't have to be the sharpest linguist out there to realise that sept, oct, nov, dec represents 7, 8, 9, 10. And yet we've put them in positions 9, 10, 11, 12. Why has that happened? I'll tell you why that's happened. It's because of the bloody Romans. Before that, we used to have months called quintilis and sextilis. It used to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then the Romans got all egotistical on us. They wanted to name 2 months after their emperors. They named months after Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar. Can you imagine the ego involved in naming a month after a human being? It's one thing naming it after a god. You know, you've got January after Janus, that's okay. Mars gives you March, that's okay. I mean, if you believe in a god, why wouldn't you want to venerate them by naming something as fundamental as a period of time after them? That makes sense. But not an actual human being. Get your egos out of the game. That is ridiculous. Well, they have confused things by naming July and August, and then everything got moved around at a later date. So what we're going to do, we're going to correct this system. The first thing we're going to do is sort out the numbering, obviously. So let's call that 7, 8, 9, 10, because they are called 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what they are. So if they're going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, it follows, does it not, that that becomes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if that's what the numbers are going to be now, let's move July and August down to there, and let's move January and February down to there. So now we've got all the same months in the same order, it's just the numbering is more appropriate, okay? That's easy. Now, let's remove the egotistical Romans from our calendar. Let's remove Julius Caesar, remove Augustus Caesar. Let's perform a Caesarian section on our calendar. Let's remove them completely and replace them with the months they replaced, quintilis and sextilis, which are now in the right place, 5 and 6. That is the numbering sorted out. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, exactly where they should be. Now, obviously, is the time we introduce the 13th month, which, of course, will be Gormanuary. Now, what we've got there is 13 months of exactly 28 days long. Everything ticks over perfectly. March the 1st, New Year's Day, will always be a Sunday because nobody wants to go straight back to work on New Year's Day, do they? And it will always be a Sunday because of the order in the calendar. The 1st of every month will always be a Sunday. The 2nd of every month will always be a Monday. And that means that New Year's Eve, the 28th of Gormanuary, will always be a Saturday. Now, it might have occurred to some of you, that 13 times 28 is 364. And that means we've got a day spare. We can't force the year to only be 364 days long. The year is to do with the stars and the planets. So what we're going to do is, after Gormanuary, we're going to have an intermission. It's 1 day long. It's not called Sunday. It's not called Monday. It's not called anything. It isn't a day of the week. It is just intermission. It is basically an extended New Year's piss-up. You can go out on New Year's Eve. You don't have to go back until the 1st of March. Everything is fine. What happens in intermission stays in intermission. And every 4th year, we have a 2-day intermission, and we call both of those days intermission. That's all it is. That regulates everything. Everything flows in a very orderly fashion from that point on. We have talked previously on this show about the old 30 days hath September rhyme. I think we can all agree that this system improves upon that rhyme. The rhyme now goes 28 days hath March, April, May, and June. All the rest have 28 too, because that's how long a month is. There you go. It's much easier. Much easier. I'm confident in this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the PowerPoint down for a moment. I'm just going to say, any questions? Any questions about the system? Yes, sir.
When are the bank holidays?
The bank holidays, we have the same number of bank holidays as we do now. We spread them evenly throughout the year, very easy. The only difference will be the people we won't let have a holiday are the ones who work in banks. An improvement on bank holidays right there. Right there. Good lady in the T-shirt.
What if you're born on the 30th or the 31st of the month? Do you just move it along to the next month?
You're asking about birthdays?
Yeah, birthdays.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you asked. Birthdays. Well, let's use my birthday as an example because everyone's birthday is going to change in this new system, right? I was born on March the 2nd, 1971. So the first thing you have to do is work out how many days into the year that was. So for example, at me, it's quite easy. You know, there's 31 days in January in the old system, 28 days in February in both systems, and it wasn't a leap year, so there were just 28 days. 31 plus 28 plus the 2 days take you to the 2nd of March, makes it the 61st day of the year. Then you map that onto the new calendar, okay? Very easily done for this. 28 for March, 28 for April, that's 56. Leaves 5 spare. So my new birthday becomes May the 5th. March the 2nd, 61st day of the year, is May the 5th. And you do that with every day. It's very simple. I've actually got a little guide to help you. This is an old calendar, you know, using the current system, and I've mapped every day onto it, and lots of things are improved by doing this. For example, you know, you want to keep all the nice holidays and festivals and little sort of celebrations we have in life. Like April Fool's Day. We're not getting rid of April Fool's Day, but April the 1st is the 91st day of the year, and so in the new calendar, it becomes Saturday the 7th of June. And I think we can all agree it's going to be much easier to catch people out knowing that. That's better. November the 5th. Again, you don't want to move it to the new November the 5th because it wouldn't be getting dark early enough for November the 5th to make sense. So you keep it where it is. You just map it onto the new date. So, for example, if you just find November in the old calendar, November the 5th would be the 309th day of the year. And so it now becomes Sunday the 1st of February every time. And again, that's very easy to remember. You just use the rhyme, remember the 1st of February. So it's just a simple process of mapping things on. That is true for every holiday, every festival going. Very easy. We got one in towards the back there, yeah?
Have you changed the star signs? And if so, what's the new 13th one?
My advice to astrologers would be to just keep making it up as they always do. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for them. Yes, a blonde lady down here?
You do know that means there's going to be 13 Friday the 13th in the year.
I do, yes. Every month has Friday the 13th now.
Yeah,
that's absolutely right. But the thing is, if you have to go through 13 Friday the 13th every year from the day you're born until the day you die, you're going to get over it. It's called exposure therapy. Yes, there's a man down here.
What about things that don't happen on the fixed day, like Easter or Chinese New Year?
Easter, it isn't. You know, that's the thing. It moves around. It's a movable feast at this moment in time. In the new system, we will nail Easter down. We've thought of everything. We're really happy. In fact, just looking through that calendar of the old system, which shows you how complicated it is, we've got a new calendar, and we'll have new merchandise to go with it. So, for example, you could get a calendar like this, right? The thing with this kind of calendar, now, every day is always the same day of the year. It's always a Sunday on March the 1st. We know that. The same system. So what we do with these calendars now, you produce them and they're wiped clean. And then you've got one calendar for the rest of your life. That's less printing, less trees being killed. You can go anywhere. It doesn't have to be a sexy calendar like this. It doesn't have to be, but if it is, that doesn't matter.
That's good.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's
Hope you can hear me. Yeah. My volume there is off, isn't it? That's good. Let me check. We had a bit of a. Hope you can hear me. Yeah. It's fine. My volume there is off, isn't it? That's good. Let me check. So I had a bit of a setback. Apparently, something we shared was against the policy. I don't know what we didn't share, but it was a video on YouTube. So I don't know what policy which we violated by the videos on YouTube. But it said we violated something. But we're back on anyway. Don't know what happened because the video's on there. Everything we're sharing is on YouTube. So I don't know what violated. If it was, then the video would be there, would it? But anyway, so this was dealing with the man showed you the 13th-month calendar. I won't play it again just in case they say I'm violating, but go watch the video for yourself. If you look at the video there, he talks about the new 13-month calendar. As you can see there, if you look on the video, he has a point because I'll play the first clip, see if it's the one. If not, then I will cut it off here. I don't want to violate again. I might violate again. They might say no. But anyway, so let me share with you something else before we go. Just in case they say I'm voting. So this is, the UN is embracing the new era with a 13-month calendar. Yes? But a month, and every day is going to have 28 days. Is that what? Today? Oh, thank you. Yes, all right. So I heard as well from someone that today is actually International Day of Happiness, is it? How did I miss that? I'm always good. Hold on a second. Oh, you're right. Oh, there we are. So, what a coincidence. The day of happiness is the day of a new year, the day of the vernal equinox. But today is the spring vernal equinox. And it's actually saying this is International Day of Happiness. Is that correct? I missed that. I apologize. So, March 20th, which is today, is the International Day of Happiness. As happiness is a cornerstone of our well being. Finding things that bring us joy is vital. It fuels our motivation and gives us hope for the future. So happy spring vernal equinox, also happy new year, and also happy happiness day. If I forget, let me put it on there. So today is Happy International Day of Happiness. And quickly write it down. Happy International Day of Happiness. Just putting it down. So there we are. So that coincides with today, March 20th. So anyway, if you look on YouTube, type in that. I don't want to share anymore, just in case they say that I'm violating the policy. So these are the videos there. If you type in the 13-month calendar, you get a few more ideas of what to expect on the 13-month calendar. Yeah, so check it out and let me know what your thoughts are. Some say it's a new one, some say it's the old one. The key is we're going to use the calendar, old or new. So I can look at the history of the calendar. This one I showed right now, why it kind of makes no sense. And he says a 13-month calendar would fix the world. The calendar, Yahweh's timepiece. Why is calendar 13-month? And a calendar. The 1775 Bible, 13-month proves we are living in a lie. 13th-month calendar, hidden history revealed, and much more. So check it out for yourself, definitely. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this. So yeah, that's day 2 of our day. So today is a Happy New Year to all of you who are celebrating spring as a new year, a new rejuvenation, new growth, new rebirth. It's also time for us to hand over our tax returns in the UK, because this month, beginning of April the 1st, which is Fool's Day actually, the beginning of the tax year, and also the beginning of financial new year in the UK. And today is this month is Women's Month, and today is Happy International Happiness Day as well. So all these should tell you, give you a clue. It all begins now, not in 10 January. But all that and much more. So hope you enjoy yourselves. Let me know what your thoughts are. So before we had a 13th month calendar, and now it's back again by the UN. So International Day. 13 months of 28 days. Each day begins on the same day. For those who are near, each day begins on the same day. Right now, any day begins whatever you feel like is how it begins. But if you look at this, it's called now the IFC, the International Fixed Calendar. But it's been there for a long time. But it's been there for many cultures. So why I say it's good is because if you go down, the first of the week is going to be Sunday. What are your thoughts? And each day begins on a Sunday. and ends on a Saturday. So you wouldn't have to wonder next month what day is going to be a Tuesday, what day is going to be a Wednesday. Because for me, that's a trouble. When I was looking at the month ahead, I said Wednesday 28th is going to be on a Monday, or next week is going to be on a Tuesday. It always, you have to, it's very confusing sometimes. But this month, this calendar, every day is the same day. People think it's, yeah, exactly. Because, Sunday is going to be the first of the month, and the last day is going to be Saturday. So I know if I book ahead, I'm booking on a Sunday, it's going to be the first day, or the 8th, or the 16th, 15th, or the 22nd. So my birthday is on a Wednesday. Next year, it's going to be on a Wednesday again. Not after again and say, okay, right, this year, when is my birthday? Oh, this year my birthday is on a Tuesday. Next year is on a, this year, when was the beginning of the year? Was it on a Tuesday, right? Monday was the first year. Last year it was on a different date. But this calendar is the same day, so you can, if you're using software, you don't have to put in, you can actually plan ahead. 4 weeks of 28 equal days, just like February actually, and 13 months. That gives you 364 days, exactly. 52 weeks, nothing's changed. It's confusing?
Yeah.
Why is it confusing? Someone says confusing. Why is it confusing?
Yeah, because it's not leap year.
The leap year will add it because of the one extra day, which you can add at the end of every year. End of the year, you add 1 day to make 365.
And every time you post something is coming, like this one is ahead already, and you back with 1 or 2 days prior another years.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So this will fix that. That's what I'm saying, yes. Right now we have many calendars which some have 28, 29, 30, 31. But with this one, you can actually fix it. So it's 20 days, so it's easier for you to for business, for international dates, and much more. But let me know what are your thoughts are. So that's the intention of this calendar. But all in all, let me end now. So happy New Year. That was to begin. A happy day of happiness. And I hope you are doing well this. Yes. So today is a happy New Year. Actually, yeah. Good idea. Let me show you the cultures which are celebrating this New Year. Excuse me. Oh. So the New Year, by March. So in March, the Babylonians began their New Year in March. Navavarsha is celebrated in India. Navavarsha is celebrated in India. The Iranian New Year, called Nowruz, is a day containing exact amount of the northward equinox, which is today, marking the start of the spring season. The Zoroastrian New Year coincides with the Iranian New Year of Nowruz. The Parsis in India, the Baha'i calendar on the vernal equinox today, Nowruz. The Balinese New Year in March, it's called Nyepi, and it's much more. The Ugadi, Telugu, Kannada, the Kashmiri calendar, all these are in March. The Gudi Padwa, of the Hindu year of the Maharashtra, the Sindhi festival of Cheti Chanda, the Thelemic New Year on March 20th today. So these are some of the cultures which celebrate the New Year today or March. But today I know Iranians those celebrate Iranian New Year is today. So happy New Year to all you Iranians, to Nowruz, to Babylonians, to the ancient Hebrews, to the Balinese, to the Ugadi, Gudi Padwa, the Sindhi. All of you, happy New Year, and I hope you begin a beautiful New Year. Actually, let me search for Iranian New Year. Let me see what they are celebrating. So if you look in Google and see, I'll use the Iranians because they celebrate it still big. So Nowruz is the Iranian or Persian New Year celebrated by various ethnic groups around. So thank God for Iranians are keeping it going on. So it's a Nowruz Spring Festival. It's happening today. Google Doodle celebrates 3,000-year-old tradition and much more. Oh, let me try and use let me see if that's a good one. Let's try this. Hopefully, YouTube will not penalize me for this.
What's Nowruz, you ask? Well, it's the Persian New Year. It's a celebration of spring, and it marks the first day of the Iranian calendar. This is one of the oldest Persian supermarkets in the heart of London, and it's always buzzing around the new year.
For me, it's been brought down through my generation. We've been told about the culture of Iran and the celebration of the new year, which brings new light of spring into action for the year. And it's just a time to be joyful.
This is called a hafsin. I'll be making one at home too.
So that was a bit about the Iranian New Year, how they celebrate it. So definitely, I'm happy. At least it was a big celebration by the Iranians. So in Pakistan, it says Iraq, some of Russia as well. So today is and me as well. Actually, so this is my New Year as well. So all of us, this is our New Year on March 20th, which is International Day of Happiness. So thank you to Iranians for celebrating this fantastic. Because we haven't, to be honest, so it's a long story, but definitely. So that's the Iranian New Year. They have big celebrations, and it goes for 13 days, 11 days. So definitely, yeah. So congrats to that. So to all of you, yeah. Let me finish now. Let me go. If I lose more voice. So that is it for our New Year celebration. It's beginning today, just a bit about the history. Using the spring, the vernal equinox today means rebirth, regeneration, regrowth. When the northern hemisphere, this day and night are equal. I'll slow it down. And so that's when we have the rebirth. Going again, it's the origin. So before, that's when the New Year was celebrated with 13 months of 28 equal days, plus one day at the end. So for me, that's what I use. So if you want to map out your current calendar, you can match it up and see what days you need to transfer. But looks like the UN is going back to the old 13-month. And I'm happy it's not someone, because if it's me, someone say it's my own idea. But because the UN is saying we are using this calendar, no one will argue, they won't complain, they will agree because they follow the UN. So I'm happy the UN is behind it. Very much the old version of the calendar. Yes. So all in all, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate. I gotta go send my voice for tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed this good presentation. It's good to know. So it's spring, it's March 20th, 21st, and if kind of comes in effect every year, we'll have it the same day, isn't it? But all in all, it's a good day to celebrate. So if you're happy, great. If you're not happy, fantastic. Hope you have a great new year. Hope have a great new spring. And remember, if you're in the UK, we are beginning our council tax next month, and also end of financial year. So if you look at all if you needed to report some tax returns, do it now before end of March, because April is the beginning of a new financial year in the UK. In the middle of spring is when the financial begins in the UK. So definitely don't forget your tax returns and bring a new financial year in the UK. Don't know about other countries, but just to heads up for those in the UK. Apart from that, we shall see you next time. Have a great day and look after yourselves. Remember, next week is our end of month meeting for the book club, and this being Women's Month, it's all about the women next month. So I want women authors to come tell their stories. So if you are a woman out there, a lady, and you got a book to tell us, let me know. We'll give you a slot. Even 5 minutes, okay, come tell us, and let us celebrate all women authors, all women publishers this Women's Month, this spring, this International Day of Happiness. 3 in 1. Take care.
That's good.
That's it from me, and bye. Remember, subscribe, share, and like the video if you're interested. Subscribe and get notified for all latest videos, the next videos. Bye-bye.